Hi, join me as we explore a special part of America. Today, we're in the heart of the American Midwest, Indiana, often called the crossroads of America. Major highways crisscross the state. Indiana is a land of friendly people and surprising beauty. This story begins with the native peoples and continues with the settlers who shaped the Indiana we see today. This journey will take us all across the state. Along the way, we'll see that Indiana is a state of contrast, from busy urban centers to quiet rural landscapes. So pack your bags and get ready for an adventure. From its famous basketball obsession to its charming covered bridges, Indiana has a distinct identity. Let's begin our journey at the true crossroads of America. When many people think of Indiana, they picture endless fields of corn, and it's true. Agriculture is a huge part of the state's identity and economy. Driving through the countryside, you will see vast, flat plains. These plains are covered in neat rows of corn and soybeans stretching to the horizon. This is the breadbasket of America. The fertile soil here feeds the nation and the world. The sight of these fields under a wide open sky is beautiful in its own way. It speaks to a heritage of hard work, family farms, and a deep connection to the land. This agricultural landscape has shaped the character of Indiana for generations. But Indiana is so much more than just farmland. To think of it as only cornfields is to miss the wonderful diversity of this state. In the north, you'll find the stunning Indiana Dunes National Park. Here, massive sand dunes tower over the shores of Lake Michigan. It feels more like a coastal paradise than a midwestern state. In southern Indiana, the landscape changes completely. The flat plains give way to rolling hills, limestone cliffs, and dense forests. This area is known for its caves, waterfalls, and scenic beauty. It's a perfect destination for hiking, camping, and exploring the outdoors. The cities of Indiana also defy simple stereotypes. Indianapolis, the state capital, is a vibrant and modern metropolis. It is home to world-class museums, a thriving food scene, and beautiful urban parks. It's a city that buzzes with energy, especially during the famous Indianapolis 500 race, but you'll also find charming smaller cities like Bloomington with its beautiful university campus, or Fort Wayne with its revitalized riverfront. Each city has its own unique character and story. They are centers of culture, education, and innovation, proving that urban life flourishes here. So, as we travel together, let's look beyond the cliches. Let's appreciate the cornfields for what they are. They are a symbol of Indiana's agricultural strength, but let's also be ready to be surprised. We will discover the hidden beaches, the rugged hills, and the lively cities. Indiana's geography is as varied as its history. It offers a wide range of experiences for every type of traveler. This journey is about uncovering all the layers of the Hoosier State. We will see that its beauty and character are found in its surprising and wonderful diversity. Our journey through Indiana will be a trip through both time and place. We'll start by peeling back the layers of history. We will begin with the earliest inhabitants, the Native American tribes. They lived here for thousands of years. We will learn about their cultures and their deep connection to this land. Then we will follow the footsteps of the pioneers. These brave settlers moved west in the 18th and 19th centuries. They built log cabins, cleared forests, and established the first towns. Their stories are stories of hardship, endurance, and the creation of a new society. From there, we will explore Indiana's path to statehood in 1816. We will look at how it grew and changed during the 19th and 20th centuries. We will see the rise of industry, with factories and railroads transforming the landscape. We will touch on key moments in its history, from its role in the Civil War to its contributions during the Industrial Age. We will see how events on the national stage shaped life for the people of Indiana. This historical context is essential. It helps us understand the state's character and the values that its people, known as Hoosiers, hold today. Then we will shift our focus to the present. We'll become tourists and explore the best of what Indiana has to offer right now. We will visit the top attractions that draw visitors from all over. This includes the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a temple of speed known around the world. We'll also explore beautiful state parks, fascinating museums, and important historical landmarks. These are the places that make Indiana a great destination. They offer fun, education, and a chance to make lasting memories. We will show you what you can't miss on a visit to the Hoosier State. Finally, we will venture off the beaten path. This is where we find the true heart of Indiana. We will discover the hidden gems and local favorites. We'll visit charming small towns with picturesque main streets and unique shops. We will uncover quiet spots that only the locals know about. And most importantly, we will meet the people. We will learn about their traditions, from high school basketball to community festivals. This is how we will get a real feel for the place. It's in these authentic experiences that we'll find the friendly, welcoming spirit of Indiana. So let's get started on our adventure. To understand Indiana, we must look back thousands of years before Europeans arrived. This land was home to vibrant societies, the first peoples of Indiana. Archaeologists found evidence dating back over 10,000 years. Around 1000 BC, the Adena and Hopewell peoples emerged, known for building earthworks and ceremonial centers like those at Mount State Park. By the time Europeans arrived, the Miami Potawatomi, Wea, and Shawnee tribes called this area home. They lived in villages, cultivated crops, and had extensive trade networks. Their relationship with the land was one of respect. Their story is the foundation of Indiana's history, a legacy still felt today. The world of the native peoples began to change dramatically in the 17th century as the first Europeans arrived. These were French fur traders and explorers, following the great rivers and lakes from Canada. They were searching for valuable beaver pelts in high demand back in Europe. The French established trading posts and forts like Fort Miami and Vincennes, becoming important centers of exchange. The relationship between the French and the Native American tribes was complex, based on mutual benefit. France and Great Britain were rivals, and in 1763, France was defeated and forced to give up its territories to the British. After the American Revolutionary War, Indiana became part of the United States as part of the Northwest Territory. This marked a tragic chapter for the native inhabitants as the American government opened the land for settlement, leading to treaties that forced tribes to give up their lands. In the early 1800s, Indiana was a sparsely populated frontier. Organized as the Indiana Territory in 1800, its capital was Vincennes. William Henry Harrison, the first territorial governor, encouraged American settlement. His policies acquired land through treaties, pushing native tribes westward, leading to resistance. Tecumseh, a Shawnee leader, envisioned a unified tribal confederation to resist American expansion. The Battle of Tippecanoe weakened the Confederacy and opened land for settlement. Soon after, the War of 1812 began. Tecumseh's death in 1813 marked the end of large-scale Native American resistance. The path to Indiana's statehood was now clear. Settlers poured in, and by 1815, the population exceeded 60,000. A constitutional convention was held in Corydon on December 11, 1816. Indiana became the 19th state. Early Indiana settlers faced relentless hardship, carving homes from dense forests with little more than axes and determination. Their cabins were rough, dark, and drafty, just enough to keep out the elements. Every family member, even children, worked to survive, clearing land, growing food, hunting, and making everything by hand. Despite isolation, pioneers relied on each other. Barn raisings and harvests became lifelines and rare social events. The spirit of cooperation forged the Hoosier character, rooted in resilience and mutual support. Indiana's future was built on the backs of these determined pioneers. Indiana's early roads were muddy trails, so leaders dreamed big, building canals like the Wabash and Erie to connect the state. Canals sparked growth, but soon railroads arrived, faster and more reliable, quickly making canals obsolete. Railroads transformed Indiana into the crossroads of America, fueling economic growth and connecting towns statewide. Indianapolis became a booming rail hub, while towns on the tracks thrived and others faded. This new era laid the foundation for Indiana's industrial boom and opened the state to the world. The Iron Horse changed everything. Indiana entered the Civil War as a free state, divided in sympathies but united for the Union. Hoosiers fought bravely in nearly every major battle, while the state's farms and factories supplied the war effort. The war came home with Morgan's raid, briefly terrorizing southern Indiana and strengthening resolve. The conflict left deep scars, thousands lost, every community touched by grief. Yet, the war unified Indiana and accelerated its transformation into an industrial power. Indiana emerged stronger, ready for a new era. Indiana's industrial boom began with the gas boom, drawing factories and transforming cities like Muncie and Kokomo. Steel mills in Gary, auto plants in South Bend, and pharmaceutical giants like Eli Lilly fueled growth and innovation. Immigrants flocked to Indiana, cities swelled, and fortunes were made. But progress brought challenges. Long hours, low pay, and dangerous work led to the rise of labor unions. This era forged Indiana's identity as a hard-working industrial powerhouse. The state's modern character was born in the fires of industry. As Indiana prospered, it blossomed culturally. Writers like Booth Tarkington and James Whitcomb Riley gained fame, shaping the state's image. Music thrived, with legends like Cole Porter and Hoagie Carmichael, and Indianapolis became a jazz hotspot. Basketball swept the state, uniting communities in Hoosier hysteria. The Indianapolis 500 began, cementing Indiana's love for speed and innovation. Literature, music, sports, and racing gave Hoosiers a unique, proud identity. Indiana's culture became as rich as its history. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a global icon, a vast temple to speed and innovation. Each May, the Indy 500 electrifies the state, drawing massive crowds and creating unforgettable traditions. The Speedway Museum showcases racing history, from vintage cars to modern marvels. Visitors can tour the legendary track, feeling the thrill and legacy of the Yard of Bricks. The Speedway is more than a racetrack. It's a symbol of Indiana's spirit and love for the automobile. It stands as a testament to Hoosier ambition and achievement. After the roar of the Speedway, let's explore Indiana's natural side. The state has an incredible system of state parks, each offering a unique slice of Hoosier beauty. Indiana Dunes National and State Park features towering sand dunes sculpted by the wind. Climb to the top for breathtaking views. There are miles of sandy beaches and over 50 miles of hiking trails. It's a world-renowned spot for birdwatching. Welcome to Turkey Run State Park, one of Indiana's oldest and most beloved parks. Here, deep sandstone gorges and canyons have been carved by Sugar Creek. Hiking at Turkey Run is an adventure with trails that take you down into the ravines. The park is especially beautiful in the fall. Brown County State Park, known as the Little Smokies, is Indiana's largest state park. It is famous for its rugged hills, scenic ridges, and stunning vistas. The rolling hills are covered in a sea of fall colors. With miles of trails and beautiful lakes, Brown County offers the perfect rustic getaway. These parks show that Indiana's greatest treasures are often found in its natural beauty. Indianapolis is a major cultural hub with a fantastic collection of museums. First stop, the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. It is the largest children's museum in the world, a 5-story wonderland of fun and learning. Countless hands-on exhibits invite you to touch, play, and explore science, history, and world cultures. For art lovers, the Newfields campus is a must-visit destination and home to the Indianapolis Museum of Art. The museum's collection is impressive and diverse, spanning 5,000 years of art history from around the globe. The campus includes a stunning 100-acre park with beautiful gardens, a historic country estate, and an art and nature park. It is a place where art and nature come together in a beautiful and harmonious way. Indiana's landscape is dotted with places that tell the story of its past. Visiting these historic sites is like stepping into a time machine. Our journey begins in Corydon, Indiana's first state capital. Here, you can visit the original State House. Not far from the Capitol building stands the historic Constitution Elm. The entire town of Corydon has a charming, historic feel. Next, we visit the Tippecanoe Battlefield Park. This is the ground where the forces of William Henry Harrison clashed with the Native American Confederacy. In New Harmony, two utopian societies tried to create a perfect community. They left behind a legacy of beautiful architecture and progressive ideas. These sites remind us that Indiana's history is rich and complex. While Indianapolis has a wonderful concentration of attractions, there are fantastic things to see all across the Hoosier State. Let's start by heading north toward the region known as Amish Country. In counties like LaGrange and Elkhart, you'll find one of the largest Amish populations in the United States. Driving the scenic backroads here is like taking a step back in time. You share the road with horse-drawn buggies. You pass neat-as-a-pin farmhouses and vast fields worked with teams of horses. Towns like Shipshewana offer a chance to experience this unique culture firsthand. Shipshewana is famous for its massive flea market and auction, where you can find everything from handmade quilts and furniture to fresh produce and antiques. It's a bustling, lively place that draws huge crowds. You can also enjoy a traditional Amish meal at one of the local restaurants. These are hearty, family-style feasts featuring fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and homemade pies. Visiting Amish country is a chance to slow down. It's an opportunity to appreciate a simpler way of life, one that is built on faith, family, and hard work. It's a peaceful and fascinating cultural experience unique to this part of Indiana. Now, let's head to the southern part of the state, to a town that is an architectural marvel. This is Columbus, Indiana. Don't let its small size fool you. This city is a world-renowned center for modern architecture. Thanks to a local industrialist named J. Irwin Miller, the city began a program in the 1950s to pay the fees for world-class architects to design public buildings. As a result, this small Midwestern town is filled with stunningly modern churches, schools, fire stations, and libraries, designed by architectural legends like I.M. Pye, Eero Saarinen, and Richard Meyer. Taking an architectural tour of Columbus is an absolute delight. You can see a bank with a soaring glass ceiling, a church with a dramatic off-center spire, and a library with a bold cantilevered roof. It's an open-air museum of mid-century modern design. The city proves that great art and bold ideas can flourish anywhere, not just in major metropolitan centers. It's a testament to a community's vision and its commitment to quality and beauty in everyday life. From the quiet roads of Amish country to the bold designs of Columbus, Indiana is full of surprising and rewarding destinations just waiting to be explored. While cities have energy, Indiana's soul is in its small towns. Life moves slower, shopkeepers know customers, and community pride is strong. Madison along the Ohio River has a large historic downtown. Main Street feels like a movie set with ornate storefronts and grand homes. Its history is tied to the river, a bustling port in the steamboat era. Mansions built by merchants line the waterfront. Metamora, in the Whitewater River Valley, features a historic canal. You can ride a horse-drawn canal boat. The boat passes through a wooden aqueduct, a feat of 19th century engineering. Metamora has over 100 historic buildings with shops and craft stores. You can watch artisans and visit a working grist mill. It has a rustic pioneer-era feel. Exploring towns like Madison and Metamora reveals Indiana's character and charm. To truly get to know a place, you have to taste its food. In Indiana, that means finding the local favorites and hidden culinary gems. One of the most iconic Hoosier dishes is the breaded pork tenderloin sandwich. It's a massive, hand-pounded pork loin, breaded and fried to golden perfection. For a classic drive-in experience, you have to visit XXX Family Restaurant in West Lafayette. The star of the show here is the Duane Purvis All-American Burger with peanut butter. Another must-try Indiana specialty comes from St. Elmo's Steakhouse in Indianapolis. The real rite of passage here is the shrimp cocktail with a fiery horseradish-laden cocktail sauce. Finally, you can't miss the Hoosier Pie, which is also the official state pie. These local dishes tell a story about Indiana's agricultural heritage. Indiana is home to some wonderfully quirky and unique spots. In Alexandria, you can find the world's largest ball of paint, a decades-long art project. The ball now has over 27,000 layers and weighs thousands of pounds. Visitors can even add their own layer of paint. Next, Elkhart, known as the RV capital of the world, is home to the RV and MH Hall of Fame. This museum is a fascinating tribute to the history of recreational vehicles. You can step inside a 1930s travel trailer or a classic Airstream. Our final stop is in Kokomo, where you'll find some very peculiar trees. These are the Old Ben and Old Stump, the preserved remains of two giant sycamore stumps. These unique spots offer a different kind of travel experience. They are memorable, offbeat, and purely Hoosier. In the rolling countryside of western Indiana, you'll find a landscape that honestly seems to be frozen in time. This is Park County, and it proudly calls itself the covered bridge capital of the world. With 31 historic covered bridges, it has more of these beautiful structures than any other county in the United States. Driving the winding back roads here, it's really a journey into a more romantic and picturesque past. Each bridge has its own name, its own story, and its own unique charm. They cross lazy creeks and rivers, their weathered wooden sides standing as proud monuments to a bygone era of craftsmanship and horse-drawn travel. These bridges were covered not for aesthetic reasons, but for practical ones. The wooden roof and siding protected the heavy timber trusses and flooring from the rain and snow. This protection significantly extended the life of the bridge. While an uncovered wooden bridge might last only 10 or 20 years, a covered bridge could last for a century or more. They were often called kissing bridges, since the privacy they offered made them a popular spot for young couples to sneak a moment alone. Today, they're treasured landmarks, carefully preserved by the community as links to their heritage. The best way to experience the bridges is by car or bicycle, following the color-coded driving routes that guide you through the county. The routes wind through some of Indiana's most beautiful rural scenery, past small farms, dense woods, and quiet villages. You can stop at each bridge, get out and walk through it. You can admire the intricate lattice work of the trusses and read the historic markers that tell its story. It's a slow, peaceful kind of tourism that encourages you to appreciate the quiet beauty of the landscape and the simple elegance of these historic structures. Every October, the county hosts the Park County Covered Bridge Festival. It's one of Indiana's largest festivals, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors. The entire county comes alive with craft fairs, food vendors, and community events centered around these beloved bridges. It's a wonderful celebration of local history and culture. Exploring the covered bridges of Park County is more than just a sightseeing trip. It's a chance to connect with the rural heart of Indiana, to see the landscape as the pioneers saw it, and to appreciate the enduring beauty of these practical, historic, and utterly charming structures. When you travel, the people you meet are half the story. In Indiana, you'll find some of the friendliest, most genuine people in America. They are called Hoosiers, a nickname that describes a certain character, down to earth, unpretentious, and quick with a welcoming smile. This welcoming nature is one of Indiana's greatest assets. This Hoosier hospitality is a way of life that you will experience firsthand. They'll ask you where you're from, genuinely curious about your journey. This authenticity is at the core of the Hoosier identity, creating a comfortable atmosphere that makes visitors feel instantly at ease. The friendly faces of the Hoosier people will be one of the most lasting memories of your trip. Indiana's identity is woven together with traditions that bind communities. Perhaps no tradition is more deeply felt than the love for basketball. In Indiana, it's almost like a religion. Another cherished tradition is the county fair, a time-honored celebration of rural life. The tradition of quilting is another beautiful expression of Indiana's culture. For centuries, quilts have been more than just blankets, they are works of art. Finally, there is the tradition of the Sunday drive. On a beautiful afternoon, you will see families out exploring the state's scenic backroads. It's about the journey, not just the destination, reflecting a love for home and the simple pleasures of life. Indiana's calendar is filled with festivals celebrating everything from history to art. One of the biggest is the Indianapolis 500 Festival in May, with a downtown parade and a mini marathon. In the fall, communities celebrate the harvest. The Mitchell Persimmon Festival celebrates the native persimmon fruit with a baking contest. Another event is the Feast of the Hunter's Moon. This festival recreates gatherings between French fur traders and Native Americans. When winter arrives, the Carmel Christkindlmarkt, a German-style Christmas market, offers handmade gifts and spiced wine. These festivals showcase Indiana's community spirit all year round. Our journey through Indiana is now coming to a close. We have traveled from the sandy shores of Lake Michigan to the rolling hills along the Ohio River. We have explored its bustling cities and its quiet, charming small towns. We have seen that Indiana is far more than just cornfields. It is a state of surprising diversity and of deep-rooted cultural traditions. We have learned that the nickname, the Crossroads of America, is more than just a geographic reality. It represents a state that has long been a meeting place of people and ideas. Today it remains a crossroads of culture, innovation, and genuine hospitality. Throughout our travels, we have encountered the true heart of the state, its people. The Hoosier spirit is not a myth. It is a spirit of practicality, resilience, and down-to-earth kindness. From the roar of the Indy 500 to the quiet dignity of a covered bridge, Indiana offers a rich tapestry of experiences. This balance between progress and preservation is what gives Indiana its unique and enduring appeal. We have only scratched the surface of what Indiana has to offer. Our 25-minute journey has been a whirlwind tour, a collection of highlights and hidden gems, but the real magic of travel happens when you experience a place for yourself. I hope this has inspired you to plan your own Indiana adventure. Come and see the towering dunes with your own eyes. Hike the shaded canyons of Turkey Run. Feel the energy of downtown Indianapolis. Take that scenic drive through Park County and discover your own favorite covered bridge. There is so much more to see, to do, and to taste in the Hoosier State. Now it's your turn to create your own Indiana story. Perhaps you start your trip in Amish country, slowing down to the rhythm of horse and buggy and savoring a piece of sugar cream pie. Maybe you are an architecture buff, and you spend a weekend marveling at the modern masterpieces of Columbus. You could plan a family trip centered around the incredible Children's Museum or a romantic getaway to the historic river town of Madison. Whatever your interests, Indiana has a corner that will speak to you, a place where you can make your own discoveries and create lasting memories. I encourage you to be curious, to wander off the main highways and explore the back roads. Stop in the small towns that aren't in the guidebooks. Eat at the local diner and try that famous pork tenderloin sandwich. Visit a county fair in the summer or a harvest festival in the fall. Talk to the people you meet. Ask them about their town and what they love about living in Indiana. It is in these spontaneous, unscripted moments that you will find the true, authentic spirit of the place. Let your curiosity be your guide, and you will be rewarded with wonderful experiences. So pack your bags, get in the car. Indiana is an easy and accessible destination, a place that welcomes visitors with open arms. It doesn't matter if you have a long weekend or a full week to explore. You will find that it is a state full of surprises, a place that consistently exceeds expectations. It's a comfortable, friendly, and fascinating part of America that is just waiting to be explored. Your journey to the crossroads of America is ready to begin. All you have to do is take that first step and see where the road leads you. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Indiana. It has been a pleasure to share this journey with you, to uncover the stories, sights, and spirit of this remarkable state. I hope you've enjoyed our time together and that you've learned something new about this often overlooked corner of the American Midwest. Travel is about broadening our horizons, and sometimes the most rewarding destinations are the ones we least expect. Indiana is certainly one of those places. It's a state with a rich soul and a welcoming heart, and it has been a privilege to be your guide. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more journeys like this one, please help our channel grow. Take a moment to give this video a like below. It really helps us reach more people who are curious about the world, and we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment and let us know what you found most interesting about Indiana. Have you been here before? Do you have a favorite spot that we missed? We read all the comments, and your feedback helps us create better content for you in the future. Your engagement makes this a true community of travelers. And of course, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. By hitting that subscribe button and the little notification bell, you won't miss any of our future travel adventures. We have many more journeys planned, exploring fascinating places both near and far. Subscribing is the best way to stay connected and be the first to know when a new video is released. We are passionate about sharing the joy of travel and discovery, and we would be honored to have you as a regular part of our community as we continue to explore. So from the crossroads of America, I'm Rick Steves. As we always say, keep on traveling. Be open to new experiences. Be curious about the world around you and never stop exploring. Whether your next trip takes you across an ocean or just down the road to a neighboring state, travel makes us richer and the world a little smaller and friendlier. Thank you again for watching. Until we meet again on our next adventure, happy travels. Goodbye for now.